digitalization and whether the NDC, who is spying from whose book, is where we are now at this point in the conversation. We'll be asking other questions. Sammy is trying to find the page.
Yeah, I want to get to the exact page.
Okay, and we'll get there. But in the meantime, why is this not the NDC stealing the NPP's idea?
No, because it was contained in our 2020 manifesto. Bawumia did not contest for president in 2020. He didn't contest, did he? So if John Mahama, as far back as in 2020, thought of the 1 million coders program, there are videos of him explaining 1 million coders program in 2020. It was even captured in our 2020 People's Manifesto, and I'll get you the specific portions. And then somebody comes in 2024 and is talking about training 1 million coders. Now, when they were caught, now they have changed the language. Today, I saw them release some slides. They are not calling it 1 million coders again. They are saying they will train people in coding and digitalization. They are embellishing it to change the language. Remember, we've caught them pants down. They should be original. The copycat is just too much. This man doesn't have any policy. Anywhere he goes, he's dancing off beat. He doesn't have a license. He doesn't have a policy. What is your policy? Says driver's license will move from 1 year to 10 years. What is your policy? I'll pay pastors. You missed chiefs, I'll pay chiefs. So if you come and miss fetish priest, I will pay you. He doesn't have a policy.
So let's talk about some of
the one who has stolen the 1 million coders program. So, and before I leave here, I'm promising you, I'll give you the specific paragraphs.
Excellent.
In the 2020 People's Manifesto.
The NDC is just wrapping the youth and just throwing everything at young people in order to make sure that you get the youth votes. Is that not what this is about? Because I'm referring to the proposal to scrap the taxes on betting, for example. Is it just not a sweet talk to make sure that the youth who are engaged in betting, which portions of the society say should be discouraged, are just being seduced into voting for the NDC? Is that it?
Do you think it makes sense to tax betting?
Other countries tax betting?
No. Like what? Countries like what?
Okay, let me give you a list, and I pulled this up this morning.
Okay.
In Europe, for example, the UK imposes a 15% gross gaming yield (GGY) tax on online gambling. Germany has a 5% tax.
Can we stay there?
On gambling.
So can we stay there? So what those countries are doing, UK, Germany, is not what Ghana is doing.
Okay.
In the UK, the betting companies are levied on their profits. Government has imposed a levy on the company. Okay, so the company pays a huge tax on their earnings. In UK, if you stake a bet, Arsenal versus Manchester, Arsenal was scored 2-0. Forgive me, Manchester supporters. And you win, government will not take 10% from your winnings. It is not done in UK. Look, nobody wants to do betting. No parent wants their child. Betting? No. Betting has become a refuge for the teeming unemployed youths of Ghana. They don't want to do it. But there are no jobs. There are no jobs. All they can do is that there is a soccer match. Barcelona versus Real Madrid, who will win? They say, oh, this person will win 1-0. He wins some thousand cities. Before you will win one game. Now you're doing this. Then one day he gets lucky, he wins some thousand cities. Bawumia says, I'm taking 10%. Doesn't make sense.
People are winning huge sums of money. You don't think the taxation makes sense?
Why must you do that? It doesn't make sense. These small boys, young guys, this is the only thing they are doing to eat. And this is not like the gambling that our parents really frown upon, where you go and you're playing cars or casino. It's bet. And it's mainly
betting is gambling.
It's mainly sports. So we bet 2-0, we bet 1-0. A farmer.
Are you not trying to water down the seriousness of what could potentially?
No, I'm telling you that it is not ideal.
Problem.
It is not ideal, but it has become a necessity. It has become a refuge for the teeming unemployed youth who have no options. It is better than going to kill, going to rob, or going to steal. So if you can't give the youth jobs, they have small betting money, let them keep it. What are they using all the taxes for? One government, you have introduced over 50 tax measures after promising to move us from taxation to production. We are paying COVID levy, so 4 years after COVID was recovered in Ghana, 2 years after COVID subsided, we are paying COVID levy. Show me one country in the world which is charging its citizens COVID levy? Tell me, one country. A disease that has come to kill people and destroy businesses. That countries, even including some African countries, had to support their citizens with stipends to cushion them against the effects, the debilitating effects of the pandemic. You are saying that you are going to, you've turned it into a levy. Do we have cholera levy? Or HIV levy? Or malaria levy? Does it make sense? Now you go and buy food at the restaurant, you are paying COVID levy. For what? For what? So
you are going to cancel the COVID-19 levy? Because every
expenditure you spent, yes, we are taking it away. Everything you spent on COVID, the Auditor General says you spent 12 billion on COVID-19. Yet because of COVID, you've had over $6 billion, over 30 billion cedis. Into what the COVID, the Kakran. So why are we paying COVID levy?
Let me read some of the messages.
Why are we paying e-levy? When Bawumia sat in the studios of Peace FM in August 2016 and said Momo is for the poor, we should not tax Momo. Why are we paying that? Why are we paying Bola levy? And yet we are engulfed with filth. Kufuor, under Mills, under Rollins, under Mahama. We didn't see the filth we are seeing in Accra today. Yet they were not charging us Bola levy on fuel. Why? Many taxes.
Let's hear the voices of those who are watching.
They are just chopping the money, giving the monies to the siblings of Bawumia who are doing illegal overpriced sole source contract.
I'm coming there with your press conference last week about resource access. I'm coming there, but I want to pick the thoughts of those who are watching us. Messages on our WhatsApp number 055-5561-034. Sammy, make note of some of these things. Perhaps you might want to respond. When you talk too much, you become annoying. There's a quota system in the Ghana police, soldier, and even in law school, even in the university. If you had learned your lesson, you know that the moment you touched nurses and teachers, you lost in 2016. Don't try to use nurses and teachers for
Am I allowed
politics.
to respond?
When I've gone through a couple of them, I'll give you the opportunity to respond. Our WhatsApp number is buzzing, and the phone is almost freezing in my palms. Good morning, Thelma. Tell Sammy to release NAPCO, the ambulance, the Zongo Development Fund, etc. Tell Sammy to go to the classrooms and check how the teachers who have failed any of the licensed subjects, they are teaching those subjects. Not quite clear what you're trying to say there, but trying to say that those who did not pass the exams perhaps may not be teaching well. They both don't want us well. NDC, NPP, corrupt parties. Sammy, let us think, okay, the two parties don't know what to bring to the table. Led by Nanado and Bawumia are dangerous leaders in government. People are causing suicide due to hardships in the country. Well, I don't know where you are getting your figures that people are committing suicide because of this, but keep your comments and messages coming in. Sammy, you wanted to give us the page number 4.
You said you have the manifesto, do you?
Yes, I do. 443-page manifesto.
Page 84. I want you to do the reading. So be my assistant pastor.
The producers will put that on the screen.
Yeah, page 84.
And then we'll all assess it together.
So let's settle it at page 84.
143-page NDC People's Manifesto.
So page 84, that is paragraph 7.5.
Okay.
Under youth development.
Page 84.
Yeah.
1 second. We are getting to that very, very shortly, and we'll put that on the screen as well. Whilst that is happening, page 80.
So remind me some of the questions, and we'll do page 84.
Okay, we'll scroll to page 84.
3. So the next NDC government will implement the following policies. 3, if you can read what is there. Are you there? Okay, so 3, you see it on the screen. You see it on the screen.
Okay.
1 million coders program. That is OMCP. This initiative will be implemented through a public-private partnership to provide free training to 1 million youth with knowledge and skills for coding and programming, web development, apps development, etc. Expand opportunities in the knowledge and ICT-based economy. So this was 2020. Where was Bawumia? Was he a flag bearer?
But Dr. Bawumia has always touted digitalization.
So show me when in 2020 Bawumia made this promise.
Okay, so let's address some of the messages.
We thought of it, we captured it in our manifesto. John Mahama dedicated good time to this policy in the 2020
so
campaign.
So the person who
Bawumia lacks
about
original ideas.
And the person who does it,
but has he done it? Have we trained 1 million people in coding? Are we training anybody in coding today in Ghana? So nobody has done it. So the question is misplaced.
Okay.
Now, on the issue of jobs.
You don't think that the advancements we've made with digitalization in the areas of, even getting a new a driver's license. Those digitalization efforts, government using the
it looks
GOV,
like you watch on my TV my TV too much.
I don't think so.
Because you are just repeating, you are just regurgitating NPP propaganda.
I'm suggesting to you.
What new progress?
I'm suggesting to you that digitalization has appeared to help some sectors of the economy.
Like what?
Now you are applying for passports online.
Show me one.
You are able to apply for government services on some online platforms.
Online passport application was launched in 2016. The video is a GTV news video. Should I show it to you? By Hannah Tete and John Mahama.
So digitalization as
so show me the new thing.
Vice President
you are being carried away.
You
are being carried away by the cheap sloganeering. That is saying. Okay. Because if it is online passport application, he lied to you. John Mahama and Hannah Tete launched it in 2016. GTV did the news. If you want, I can show you the video.
The digital address system, no?
Digital address system. Something that is available on Google for free. A Ghanaian picks it, turns it into an app called Asasi GPS that anybody could download for free. Then you spend $2.5 million of taxpayers' money on that, and you say you have done something.
What's your issue with resource access?
No, I think that because you don't have time today, you must definitely bring me back to talk about corruption. But today is for the youth. Yesterday was International Youth Day. So let me go into the job policies.
But corruption is a topical issue. I'm asking because I wanted to talk about the resource access
the summary
issue, and I also want to talk about the OSP, his findings on the Airbus. I can summarize all that
within 2 minutes each. Then you give me some time to talk about jobs before we close.
Let's start with OSP. Your friends from the other side are saying that if former President Mahama is really innocent, he needs to go clear himself from the US and UK courts decisions where Airbus admitted to paying certain officials some monies to influence decisions. Is that something you subscribe to?
Bow that dash. Ignorance on rampage. They have been disgraced. They have been exposed for the lies they peddled against John Mahama on this issue. And so they are still clutching onto straws. They are trying desperately to find something against John Mahama. But Airbus is dead. Martin Amidu said Airbus was in the state of comatose. Kisie Jabin says Airbus is dead. Case closed. And if they don't know, let me educate them. If you check the last paragraph of the OSP's 25-page report, he references the verdict of the UK Serious Fraud Office on this Airbus matter relative to Samuel Adam Foster. When the UK SFO completed their criminal investigations into the matter, they wrote a letter to Samuel Adam Foster. And in the letter, they say that the man is innocent, so he will not be prosecuted for any crime. So the findings of the special prosecutor align perfectly on all fours with the findings of the UK SFO. That is why the UK has closed the matter. So they are ignorant. They don't know. You see, in their desperation to destroy an innocent man, they concoct lies. But we told them that lies have a short lifespan and vindication is in the womb of time.
Something that you see that like the OSP when he says things in your favor.
Did we appoint him?
And when he doesn't, for example, in the Cecilia Dapa case, you come out and say that he has not done a great job.
Who created the office of OSP? Who? Please tell me who. Toma, help me. It's a conversation. Who created the OSP office? Is it not the NPP? Alai? Who appointed Kisie Jabe? Toma Fred and Saboka. They appointed this guy, and the deal was that Charlie come and finish your mama for us. But the man is a man of conscience. He has done the investigation. He says no, there was no bribery, no corruption, no breach of due process. Mahama's intervention was all actuated by good intentions. That is what the NPP is known for. They destroy people, good people, when they cannot match their vision or their achievements. They did it to Nkrumah. Oh, Nkrumah is stealing money from Akoso Bodam project. Oh, Nkrumah is stealing money from Temamuto Way. Oh, Nkrumah has used our money to go and marry a white woman. But the woman was even from Egypt. You see, Nkrumah had to die before he was vindicated. But you see, John Mahama is special. He is being vindicated in his lifetime. That is why all the lies they heaped on him are collapsing like a pack of cars. The lie about he had hotels in Dubai. What happened to it? The hotels in Dubai? What happened to the ships they said he owned in Tokyo? What happened to the $10 million Akufo-Addo said that he used to print presidential diaries?
Can we talk about...
So these guys are just liars.
Can we talk about resource access now? You claim that
there is nothing in it.
The vice president's family has benefited from contracts that should not have been awarded to him. The other side is saying that company has been in existence for a long time, and the Ministry of Roads has awarded contracts to them even as far for the past 15 years or so. And so some of the things that you're saying could not possibly be true. How do you...
In 2 minutes, I'll do this in 2 minutes. It's a very simple matter. You see, unlike the NPP, we don't think that if you're a brother or a family relative of a president or a vice president, you should not do business. So if the NPP wants to award contracts to relatives of Bawumia, irrespective of what he said against Mahama, when his brother was dredging the order for Ghana for free, they berated and castigated Mahama, we will not say you do me, I do you. It is fine. Bawumia's brother is also a Ghanaian. He employs Ghanaians. He can be given contracts. However, award the contracts legally and award the contracts at the right prices. Don't award him illegal, overpriced so-so contracts that will occasion financial losses to the state.
So if you come to power, you'll abolish
what is so difficult about this?
Are you abolishing sole sourcing?
Who says we are abolishing sole sourcing? I said illegal sole source contracts.
So there's a legal sole
yes,
sourcing
Section
and there's an illegal sole sourcing.
Of the procurement law gives you 5 exceptions under which sole sourcing is allowed. Exclusivity, emergency, urgency as a result of unanticipated events, compatibility, uniformity, and so on. These are the conditions or the exceptional circumstances under which you can do sole sourcing. But where government says I'm building a cocoa road, and there are 1,001 contractors in Ghana who can build that cocoa road, tender it. Don't award it 2 cocoa road projects to Bawumia and his brothers and the wife at 83 million cedis, equivalent to 830 billion cedis. And the Auditor General investigates this, not Sammy Gyamfi. And he tells you at paragraph 58 and 65 of his performance audit on cocoa rules. You can Google it if you are watching me. Performance audit on cocoa rules, Auditor General's report. Paragraph 58, paragraph 65. The Auditor General says Ghana spent 3 times more what we should have spent on those cocoa rules. Why should they be stealing our money? Of all the positions Bawumia has given to his family relatives, you've given your accountant, who was a PNC person, deputy head, NADMO. You've made your Asel, who was a PNC person, ambassador to UAE.
Did Mr. Ibrahim Mahama not get any contracts?
Hold on. Compare oranges with oranges, not with apples. Ibrahim never got illegal, overpriced sole source contracts. That's the point. You give your own brother a position as your personal assistant, who you are already giving a government scholarship to, Fauzi Ramadan. You give, look, Bawumia's own brother, they create a non-existent position for him, technical advisor to the Minister of Interior.
I wanted to get the opportunity to speak your message to Ghanaian people.
CU, Northern Development Authority, and under her, 400 tricycles vanish into thin air.
Sammy, for a lot of people,
you are heaping contracts upon contracts, and all the contracts are illegal and overpriced. That is the point. I want to talk about jobs before we
There are some Ghanaians who are very dissatisfied, whether it's NDC or MPP. They feel that we need to chart a new path, perhaps find a third force. A few big names are in the offing. You insist that the NDC has what it takes to take the country where it should be. So in the next minute or two, tell us why that should be the case. Why should we choose the John Jane ticket over the doctor ticket?
Well, it is very simple. Irrespective of your political affiliation, I know that if you'll be truthful to yourself, you will agree with me that this nation is in a mess. Our economy is totally bankrupt. For the first time, we have defaulted on our debt obligations as a country. Unemployment is at an all-time high. Inflation is high. Cost of doing business is unbearable, pushing many businesses out of Ghana into other African countries and eroding the capital of many businesses. The level of despondency among the youth keeps on soaring, and this problem must be fixed. But to fix this problem, we need something more than the ordinary. We need an experienced leader, a safe pair of hands, those who have done it before and those who can be trusted to steer us out of the mess, the economic quagmire we've been plunged into. by the reckless, nation-wrecking, corrupt Akufo-Addo Bawumia NPP government. And I am telling you that if we are looking for an experienced leader, somebody who is tried and tested, somebody with a proven track record that we can trust, it is none other than the nation builder, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama.